NITAMS.com no longer supports Internet Explorer 9 or earlier. Please upgrade your browser. The bomber in the Manchester terrorist attack appeared to have carried a powerful explosive in a lightweight metal container concealed either within a black vest or a blue caramel backpack and may have held a small switch in his left hand, according to preliminary information gathered by British authorities. The initial analysis of the bomb, based on evidence photographed and collected at the crime scene and distributed by British authorities, does not specify the size or type of explosive used in the bomb's main charge, but suggests an improvised device made with forethought and care. Law enforcement images of metal nuts and screws propelled by the blast and of damage nearby show that the bomb's makeshift shrapnel penetrated metal doors and left deep scuffs in brick walls. Nuts and screws used as shrapnel, and the authorities' review of the blast site shows that many of the fatalities occurred in a nearly complete circle around the bomber, Salman Abedi, whose upper torso was heaved outside the lethal ring toward the Manchester Arena entrance. All of these are indicators of a powerful, high-velocity charge and of a bomb in which its shrapnel was carefully and evenly packed. The location of the bomber's torso and the apparent absence of fatalities in a line between the blast site and where his remains landed was said by one explosive disposal technician who examined the images to indicate that the explosive charge was more likely in a backpack than in a vest and propelled the bomber away from the blast. Certain details of the bomb further suggest a desire by a bomb maker to reduce the risk of a dud. The authorities found a mangled USA 12-volt, 2.1 amp lead-acid battery at the scene, which is more powerful than batteries often seen in backpack bombs or suicide vests. The battery, used for emergency lighting and other applications, can be bought for about $20. 12-volt battery, that was possible power source. A possible switch to initiate the explosion, carried in the bomber's left hand, was also unusual in a suicide device in that it appears to have contained a small circuit board soldered inside one end. It is not clear from the law enforcement images if the object was a simple plunger switch or included a timer or a receiver that could be operated remotely via radio signal or some combination, or something else. Such redundancy, if the object was the switch, could give the bomber or a cell more than one option for deploying the device and suggest that the bomb was not as simple in design as many terrorist devices, which often are crude and prone to failure or haphazard effect. One independent analyst of improvised explosive devices, Michael C.L. Johnson, suggested that the object might be an electronic cigarette and unrelated to the bomb's detonation, an understandable case of investigators focusing on a crime scene detail early in a case. Western bomb disposal technicians who reviewed the images for the New York Times said that a more thorough analysis of the device is difficult without more information, and that assessments of the bomb could change as the authorities analyze it further and if they collect more evidence. But its apparent overdesign, including the more powerful than usual battery, could flow from a bomb maker's difficulty in building a reliable detonator.